today I'm gonna be doing something that has been very requested for me to do over the last few days, and that is to show my camera settings here in FC25 player career mode. So obviously guys, you want to go over to settings, then into game settings, and then we want to go to the camera tab. Now what you want to do, because you are locked to a player, you don't control the whole team, you just have to basically choose the cameras here, because this is not going to do anything for single player camera. So go to locked player camera, and then after that you want to make sure to go to pro, and then we can scroll a little bit further down until we get to custom camera settings. So these first two, as you can see, does not apply to the pro camera. Basically all of these first 5 different settings is not going to be working for the pro camera angle. But if you scroll a little bit further down, all of these are. So for the pro camera angle zoom, you want to zoom it as much as possible. I like being able to be almost, you know, on the football pitch myself. I want to play, being in the stadium, you know, feel like how it is to be a football player. So make sure to get that zoom as max as possible. For the camera speed, I usually go 7. You can switch between these to see what you like, but I don't want the speed to be too quickly. That can be annoying at times, so 7 is fine. Same thing goes with the swing. I don't want too much swing on my camera angle, so I usually go with a 5 right there. It's a little bit different than the camera settings that I had last year. And also guys, for the power shot zoom, this is really nice. I recommend to keep this on. You know, this is a nice effect. If you do the power shots, it's going to be zooming in even more. So there you go. That is basically the settings that I use for my player career mode series, and you know, whenever I play it, because I really do like being able to, you know, see from the player's point of view almost. Obviously this year we have the you know, replays as well, where you can actually see from the eyes of the player. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of more settings to make player career mode even more fun. So you want to go, of course, into the menu settings, and after that you can scroll all the way over to the rules. And here guys is the only place you can actually choose if you want handballs or not. I've been seeing people ask me, how do you get handballs in player career mode? This is how. So you can decide if you want to do this, but only for goalkeepers. You can decide to turn it off, or you can decide to turn it on, except for penalties. Obviously you have seen from my series that, you know, there's going to be a lot of penalties happening with these handballs in the box. Whenever you shoot, and if someone blocks it with their hand, the referee is going to be blowing for a penalty. So you can decide if you want to keep it on, except for penalties, off, or if you want to keep it on for every single situation. That is what I do, because I like things to be, you know, a little bit realistic. You can also go ahead right here guys into the menus to make them even more smooth. You should put this on favor resolution. It might now be on enhanced visuals. That is the main setting when you start up the game, but go to favor resolution, and all of a sudden it's going to be much more smooth to actually, you know, use the menus. And this setting right here I just changed a few days ago, but so many people are commenting, how are you getting Spanish commentary? So you can go down to 11 aside audio, and there is a lot of different ones you can choose. I mean, you have lots of different options, but most of these guys are gonna be, you know, downloadable. You're not going to be having them installed. You have to go ahead and download them. As you can see here, for example, Chinese is going to be 1.18 gigabytes. And if you want to take things to the very next level, which I feel like is important in a player career mode, you can go to on when it comes to beyond broadcast. Enabling this setting will raise the intensity and overall atmosphere of the crowd during gameplay to levels beyond typical broadcasts. So go ahead and check out that setting, guys, and the atmosphere is gonna be insane. This is also a really important setting when it comes to the radar color. Basically, guys, if you're using the same kit or somewhat the same kit as your opponents, the radar could end up being the same exact color. So for my radar, I like to keep that at white, and I also like my opponent radar to be black. That means that your radar is going to be having white circles and your opponent is going to be having black triangles. You can really then notice a difference in the radar. This is especially important for player career mode. If you use the pro camera angle, you don't have a full vision of everything that's going on around you, so make sure to use the radar a lot, and those are the settings that I go with. If you want to go even crazier, you know, you can go into detail here with the net tension of of the goal nets, you know, there's so much you can customize right here, but for now, I'm just keeping all of that on default. Obviously, this camera angle is a little bit different, and it's not that easy, especially if it's the first time using it. It's actually gonna take you a long time. So what I recommend right now, guys, is go into the practice arena. How to do that is basically go into the menus, into the main menu screen, and then we want to go down to learn to play and then practice arena. I know it could be a little bit difficult to find with the new menus. So what I like to do, guys, is usually put one player here. You can start with, you know, just one player or without any player. Maybe if you've never used the pro camera angle, you can just, you know, play against the keeper. But if you really want to learn this angle, you can start with the players there, and then you can press the start button. And as you can see, you can scroll down to camera, and you can also choose the pro camera angle right here as well. For the difficulty, you can choose whatever you want. Obviously, legendary, it's gonna be very tough to play against. But if you go back now, all you have to do is press the main button in the beginning, and now every single time you can learn this camera angle, you know, play against the defenders right there and see if you're able to score a couple of goals. Obviously, if you want to restart it, you just press all the buttons at the back, and just like that, it's yeah, sometimes takes a little bit of time for it to restart, but as you guys can see right here, we are in the pro camera angle, and I'd recommend to do a lot of 1v1s. You know, you can see from my series that I'm not the best when it comes to finishing. It could be because of the angle, or it just could be that, you know, I need to practice a little bit more. So, yeah, I'd recommend to definitely check out this angle though, guys, if you haven't done so yet. It's really fun, and I think this is the way that you should be playing player career mode. When you're locked to just one player, this is, you know, the default one in my opinion. And yeah, it's the most realistic. So let's see if we can go ahead and dribble past this guy. Or, oh, a little bit difficult, but here, as you guys can see, I'm doing everything great up until the finishing. It's not easy. So there you guys go. That is how I play player career mode. I also made a video showing you guys how to customize my character. If you also want to copy him, you can click the button on the screen right now. But if you guys also want to choose a camera angle that's a little bit similar, you can also choose the end-to-end. Now, what's better about this angle is that it's 60 FPS. I really wish the pro camera angle had 60 FPS. I believe it has it on PC, but on PlayStation, guys, it is literally locked to like 30 or 40 FPS, so it's not going to be as smooth as, for example, this one there. But of course, with the pro camera angle, you're going to be the closest possible to the pitch. Even though it's not 60 FPS, it is still a fun angle, and as I said, might take a little bit of time getting used to, but in the end, this one is definitely worth it. So there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching my settings video. Hope you appreciated it. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. But that is it for now. I'll catch you in my next episode later on today of the Player Career Mode series.